Hi everyone, my name's Anne-Marie. Welcome to this card making project. In this project we're going to use lots of Anna Griffin products. We're also going to follow on from the projects we've been doing with some stamping again. We're not actually stamping in this project, but I've done some stamping just to show you how to use something a little bit differently. And we're going to make a gorgeous card in a colourway that you might not have thought of. So stay tuned for that. Everything I do use I shall put on my blog in a detailed list. Please check my blog out because I have so many projects on there. There's lots of information, there's lots of details about different things. There's nice pictures. If you don't want to read the projects, you can just scroll down and look through the pictures, which I know some people prefer looking at projects that way. So please feel free to comment on my blog. I can get back to you on my blog and I can get back to you on Facebook, but I can't on YouTube, but I do read all your comments. And don't say this enough, but I should. Please feel free to share any of my projects on your Facebook walls, in the groups that you're members of, in forums, on Twitter, you name it. Please feel free. So that's my housekeeping over with. So the first thing we're going to need is our base card, and this is an ivory blank base card, just a normal 7x5, my favourite size of blank card. I'm going to use my bone folder to make sure I've got a nice sharp edge. I'm not going to show you the size of the card on the cardometer today because I'm sure most of you know, and for any new viewers, just watch another project and it'll show you what the cardometer is. So the inside of this card needs decorating, and what I've done is I've gone ahead and made an insert. Now I know you like to see how the inserts are made, but on the projects I do try to keep them to a specific time because I have so many people saying, oh, 5 minutes is perfect for me, or oh, be as long as you like. But you know what, I can't show everything all the time. So some of the steps I have to do away from camera. Now all I've done with this is I've taken a layer of ivory cardstock and I've stamped it in, it's like a pale aqua blue ink pad, and I've stamped, it's a peony, well I'm saying it's a peony, it's like a cross between a peony and a carnation. So I'm going to have to call it a peony because I've been calling it a peony all week. Now if I'm wrong, don't be messaging me to tell me I'm wrong. So I've, covered myself there. It's either a peony or a carnation. So I've stamped it 3 times and I've stamped it just at 3 different heights on the base of the insert panel. Then I've also used Anna's 22 clear birthday stamps to stamp the words for your special day in green. So we've got the green and the aqua that just work so well together. And then I've tapped an ink pad around the edge, a green ink pad, just to give it a little bit of definition for when we stick it in. Now obviously I like a nice pretty insert, and I'm sort of showing you all the ideas to make the pretty insert. The inserts don't have to be really lavish, and I think this one shows just that. It is going to work perfectly with the outside of the card, and it's going to tone in and make it look just gorgeous, but yet you've still got enough room for your message, your to and your from, etc., and your best wishes. So just do what you feel. Okay, so back to the outside now. I'm using my bone folder again to make sure I've got a nice sharp score. And the first thing I've got for our base layer is I've cut 2 pieces of Anna's metallic layers. Piece 1 is the green piece, and I've taken it through the embossing folder in Paper Tricks 2, the one for the fan fold or for making rosettes, just to get some embossed lines on it. And then piece number 2, I've taken it through one of the collector's edition embossing folders from Anna, and it was the Poppy embossing folder. And then I've cut the pieces in half so that they're going to fit on my card front. So what I've done is I've got flat tape on the back. Now this is a good one for scraps, I think. If you've got scraps of card that you need to use up, or you've no idea what to do with, you can do a front that's half and half, and this is perfect for it. So marry up the edges, make sure they're both the same size and marry up the edges, and we're going to cover this section, so don't worry about that. Now this is a border strip, and it was from an old card making kit of Anna's, and she's had so many border strips in kits that I'm sure you've got some. There we go, and I'm just positioning it across the centre to cover the join between the 2 layers, and then I'm just simply going to trim the excess away. So now that's covered the 2 pieces of cardstock, and it looks like one background, but obviously we know that it isn't. Now it's not quite straight, isn't that? I'm being a bit pedantic. I'd like it a little bit straighter. That's better. Next, what we have is from Anna's Love and Easter layers, and I think this is just such a pretty combination, and this is what inspired me to use this mix of colours, because it's the pale aqua blue colour with the olive green, and I think the combination isn't used enough. It's such a good combination and it stands out so well. So this is one of Anna's Easter and Love layers, and I've trimmed the edge. It's like a frame itself, so I've trimmed the edges and I've got it on 3D foam, and I'm simply going to position it through the centre of our card like that. So that's do you know what, I'm just going to rewind a little bit to the border. I've just remembered I had a message from a lady asking me about how to use the borders and ideas, because she had quite a collection of them and she didn't know what to do with them. So this, you know, this is for you. This is a good idea. So I'm sorry, I know I had to interrupt myself there. So we've added the layer, the Love Easter seasonal layer, onto the top of our base, and then what we have is 2 of Anna's Gold Flourishes, and these are flourish stickers that are available in silver and gold as far as I remember, and they've got self sticky on the back. Now I'm actually going to add just a touch of liquid glue to these, simply for longevity, because all my projects go in a box and wait for me to be able to either use them or sell them, etc. So I kind of need them to stick firmly. So you don't have to use any glue on the back, it's not necessary. So I've got another one of the flourishes, and there we go. I'll just peel the back of that away. They peel off nice and easy, and as I said, they stick well, but just for longevity on a few of my projects, I'm just adding just a touch of glue. So we're going to crisscross that over like so. Now don't worry about this section in the middle, because that's going to be covered. So the next thing we have is what's going to cover this section, and again it's from Anna's Gold Flourish stickers collection. You simply peel the back of this away, and it's a nice sticker. Again, just for longevity. You don't have to do this bit if you don't want. And I'm going to add that over the centre of the flourishes. And you see, adding the little bit of glue as well, it gives you a little bit of leeway to be able to move your items just in case they don't stick in the right place on the first time. So it's a little bit of breathing space. Next, what I've got is a sentiment. Now, this is a sentiment from the favourite sentiment stickers. And I'm peeling the back away, and I'm simply going to just add this through the centre of our large circle flourish, like so. And I think it makes a gorgeous frame for it, for the sticker. There we go. Just see, I've added the glue so I can just wiggle it a little bit to get it straight. So there we go, press down. Next, now this is where the stamping comes in. Where we've stamped on the inside of the card, now we've got the stamping for the outside of the card. And I've stamped using the same stamp, and I've been using green and blue ink, and I'm simply positioning my peonies around the edge like so. I've got them on 3D foam, so this way they will stand out, and I've got 3 for the bottom and 2 for the top, 3D foam like so. There we go. And then to finish the card, I've got a little blue bow that I'm going to add just at the bottom, over the sentiment, over the flower. And that is our card finished. Such a pretty card, and a pretty combination, with the inside matching with the gorgeous stamped peonies, and then the outside with our stamped flowers. And I've simply stamped them and then cut the heads of the flowers off. Oh, that sounds terrible. But I've just cut the flower heads away from the stalks. You can see where the stalk is on the inside. So I've just taken the flower head away. And I think that colour combination works so well. It's just so pretty. It stands up nicely. There's a few layers because we've got our base layer, our frame layer on 3D foam. We've got our flowers, and then we've got the bow on the top. So you might need a little bit of bubble wrap to protect that. But I think that's just such a pretty card where you've used your stamping in a beautiful colourway that's not used so much, I don't think. And it's utilising so many of the products that you've probably all got in your stashes. Flower stamps, embossing folders. You can mix and match your embossing folder backgrounds. And it's just a perfect way of crafting. If you've enjoyed this project, please feel free to share. Please comment. Please get in touch. And I do love hearing from you. So I'd just like to say thank you so much for watching. And I shall see you next time.